The sound of bells was nothing more than a faint hum in the depths of his struggling consciousness. They weren't church bells or a town clock, but a strange metallic ringing, piercing the silence, like a call from the bottom of a deep well. He opened his eyes slowly, his eyelids touched by strange sunlight he felt no warmth from. This wasn't the sun of Amman, nor Cairo, nor any city he had ever visited. The colors were muted, as if an old oil painting covered in a layer of dust, and the light itself seemed to come from an invisible source, illuminating the space around him with a yellow-gray hue. He lay on a cold stone floor, a peculiar scent filling his nostrils, a mix of damp earth, wild flowers, and something else he couldn't quite place, something ancient and profound that stirred a feeling of awe and curiosity within him. He rose, leaning on his hands, feeling a slight pain in his neck, as if he had slept in an uncomfortable position for centuries. Where was he? How did he get here? The last thing he remembered was a long, boring work meeting, then returning to his apartment in a quiet neighborhood, then nothing. Absolute void. He looked around. The town was small, its houses tightly packed as if carved from the very rock, their windows dark like blind eyes. There was no trace of modern life. No cars, no electric wires, not even signs. It looked like a forgotten town from another era, or rather, a town that time had never touched. He began to walk through its narrow streets, his footsteps echoing strangely in the profound silence. He was looking for any sign, any indication, anyone who could tell him where he was. There was no clock anywhere, no on a tower, no on a wall. He didn't hear the ticking of a clock or the chime of bells marking time. It was strange, as if time itself had stopped, or never existed in this place. After a while, he noticed movement at the end of an alley. He hesitated for a moment, then decided to approach. An old woman sat on a doorstep, weaving something with shimmering threads in her hands. Her eyes gazed into the void, as if she didn't see the world around her. He approached her cautiously. "Excuse me, madam," he began, but his voice failed him, as if he hadn't used it for a long time. "Can you tell me where I am?" The old woman slowly raised her head and looked directly at him. Her eyes were blue like old ice. Their depth held no expression. There was no surprise, no fear, not even curiosity in her gaze, just a kind of quiet knowing. "Welcome, Adam," she said in a low voice, like the sound of falling autumn leaves. "You were about to arrive." Adam was shocked. His name! How did she know his name? He hadn't told her his name. And who was this woman? Adam? He repeated, questioning, his mind racing, trying to connect these strange words to the reality he was experiencing. "How did you know my name? And where am I?" The woman smiled faintly, like a distant dream. "Here, everyone knows your name, Adam. We have been waiting for you for a long time." "You've been waiting for me." Fear crept into his heart. "Why? And who are you?" "We are those who guard what cannot be guarded here, Adam. Or rather, we are those who live outside of time. And this is the place that knows no time." "A town that knows no time? That's impossible." He tried to laugh, but the laugh came out feeble, like the sound of wind whistling. "Everything has a time, a beginning and an end." "Not everything, Adam," the woman said, returning to weave her shimmering threads. "There are things that transcend time, and there are souls destined to be a bridge between times. And you are one of them." Adam didn't believe a word she said. This was a nightmare, a very strange dream. He walked away from her, trying to find a logical explanation for all this. Every time he passed someone in the town, their gazes followed him. They weren't gazes of curiosity, but gazes of knowing, as if they knew everything about him, even his buried secrets. They whispered his name, Adam, Adam, like an ancient chant. Adam felt suffocated. He wanted to scream, to run, to wake up from this nightmare. But there was no escape. The houses, the streets, the faces, everything in this town was closing in on him, whispering his name, telling him he was in the wrong place, at the wrong time. Or perhaps, in exactly the right place and time. If you want to know more about the secret of this unknown town and what happened to Adam, how a town can exist outside of time, and what role awaits him there, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave your comments about what you expect to happen to Adam. Share your opinions and ideas about this mysterious story. Days passed, or perhaps months, or even years. Adam completely lost his sense of time. He lived in this town, ate their simple food, slept in an empty stone house, and talked with its inhabitants. He owned nothing, no wallet, no phone, not even clear memories of his past life. His life there was as if it had never happened, as if it was just a distant dream. He learned that the inhabitants of this town did not age, did not get sick, and did not remember the past in the same way ordinary humans do. They lived in an eternal present moment. Their memory was strange, forming like incomplete mosaic pieces. They remembered the essence, but the details faded and changed. But the one thing that never changed was their knowledge of his name and his presence among them. They called him Adam, as if he were a key to something, a puzzle waiting to be solved. Everyone treated him with a strange respect, mixed with a kind of anticipation, as if they expected him to do something, to complete a task he hadn't yet realized. One day, as he was wandering in the green lands surrounding the town, he found himself in front of a giant tree, its branches gnarled like snakes, its leaves glowing with a faint blue light. He had never seen such a tree before. It looked like it was out of this world. He approached it with curiosity. He felt an irresistible pull, as if the tree was calling to him. He placed his hand on its trunk and felt a slight electrical current run through his body. Suddenly, memories flooded in. They weren't his own memories, but the memories of others. Memories of generations who lived in this town, and memories of events he had never witnessed. He saw images of the town in different eras, some appearing very old, and some appearing very modern. He saw faces change,